Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. This is something I've never done before, is feature my model railroad stuff, and the whole reason I'm doing this is I met up with this guy who came up with a product that it really is a great product, and what he's doing is filling a void in the hobby all around. Now, many of you know me, I machine, weld, fabricate. I've worked on locomotives for almost 30 years, full size. Actually, some of the locomotives on my layout are models of ones that I have actually worked on. So, pretty cool there. So this is my model train room. So first off, let's jump into what this product is. It's actually a really cool one, and I think a lot of people will appreciate the concept. Alright, so what we have here is the ScaleSync speedometer, and it is for getting your scale speed, setting your speed. On these models, I'm running DCC, so getting them synced up so they're running exactly the same is really a good thing. And Nathan has put together some great information here, either on the product or how to program even. He's got easy calibration, a lot of good information here. It's good for HO and N scale, and I'm very excited about this product. Alright, so Nathan's a young guy. He kind of self-taught himself machining in high school, and actually got into CNC, but he went to Grand Canyon University in Phoenix and graduated with a degree in mechanical engineering and a minor in entrepreneurial studies. He worked with an electric skateboard company and helped transition it into a full machine shop. Also co-started a research program that ended up sending biological experiments to the International Space Station. So he's done some really cool stuff for a young guy. So he does work with companies like SpaceX, Boeing, Northrop Grumman, and Raytheon. So he's really gotten into the industries and done some cool stuff. So when it comes to the model trains, he got started as a kid. His dad was into N scale and got him into his first Lionel set when he was about 8, and then his own N scale set when he was 12. He was hooked ever since. So he's currently building a 10 by 12 foot N scale layout at home, and he's part of the Arizona Model Railroading Society. The speedometer came about after I spent months looking for an AccuTrack unit and realizing they were discontinued and way overpriced. This one I can verify because I've been looking for one also. I found a used one for like $400 on eBay. I wasn't willing to pay that. When they were new, I think they were like $130. So I did a little more research, and that's how I discovered Nathan's product here, the ScaleSync. And honest to God, this is a far cry from the AccuTrack as far as price and quality and everything. I mean, it's just amazing. He's charging right now $70 a piece on his website, so check it out. I'll put a link in the description below. So it says here, we'll get back to it. He decided to make his own. He shared the first version on Facebook and got a ton of positive feedback, which pushed him to refine the design. When he finally released it, he got over 50 orders overnight. So he's really, this is quite a product. I mean, honest to God, there's a lot of need for this right now, and that's why I decided to do this video to help him out. Is such a great concept, a great product to get people going in this. So he just really enjoys engineering, 3D printing, and problem solving side of it. So, he's really into this, and I think we should support him in every way possible. But let's get on to the product and show you how it works and what it does, because for me it's a great idea. I've been looking for one because I try to run multiple unit consists, and getting them dialed in, getting them programmed the same, so they all run at the same speed is really the key to getting a consistent run. So that's why I was searching out a product like this and came across him. So let's get it on the track, and let's just see how it works. I've already played with it a little bit, and I'm very excited. This thing's pretty awesome. And don't worry, guys, as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to give a tour of the layout, because I'm sure everybody's interested. I mean, bridge, there's a shop facility over here. But anyway, let's get on to this amazing product. So what it is he's 3D printed this tunnel. And inside the tunnel are the sensors at a set distance, and that is all calibrated. So over on this side we have the power on-off switch, and then HO or N scale. I'm selected it for HO. Let's power it on. And it just takes a 9-volt battery. And I mean, it's very great little unit here. So now it's ready to go. Pretty cool. Pretty quick startup. The battery goes actually in this compartment. I mean, he did a really good job designing this and getting everything to fit nicely. Alright, let's bring our first train through the ScaleSync tunnel and just see how fast we're going. I'm at 25% throttle, and that is 15.92 miles an hour, so 16 miles an hour. And actually, I could probably drop my cars here. Alright, I'm going to bring the same engine through by itself at 50% throttle, and we'll see how that does. 3906. Let's try 75% if I should have enough room here. Alright, we're going to try 75% and see where we're at. Alright, I'm going to bring in my F45s next, and that's 25%. So as you can see, they're not the same. We're actually quite a bit different between that SDL39. So that's where this is handy, so you can actually program all the engines to be the same. Okay, now that I showed the speedometer how that works that way, I'll show you how these two units are identical. Same manufacturer, they're 𝐟𝐨𝐫𝐿, same decoders, same everything. But uncoupled, MU'd on the Digitrax controller here, you can see they move differently. This one's faster than that one. It's pulling away. So that's where having a speedometer will come in very handy, because now look how the lead unit is catching up to the trailing unit that I had them set up. So I'm going to go ahead, pull this one back, and we're going to run the 6653 through the speedometer first, see what that's running, and then the 6655 through, and see the difference in speeds. Alright, this is 25% with 6653. So 19.66. And this is 25% with 6655. So that's a huge difference between the two. Identical programming, identical everything, but it does run a different speed. So I have to go into the programming and change these a little bit to make them match, and then they should be a good pair to run together all the time. So I knew these two had always fought me, but never realized it was that bad. So if you're looking for a really great product that fills an absolute need in the industry, in the hobby, the ScaleSync speedometer. It's just absolutely great. Very happy with it so far. I played with it quite a bit actually before doing this video. And I told Nathan I would do it to help him out, to promote it, because it is such a great product. You know, it's a great thing, fills that need that in the hobby that's just gone. So if you're interested, the link in the video description below, check it out. Go right to his website and place an order. You know, he's definitely interested in growing this and getting these out to many people. He's not interested in making a lot of money, he said. He's more interested in getting these in the hands of the guys in the hobby and you know, helping them out. And as you saw with those two F45s, identical engines, they just did not cooperate. So a great thing all around. So again, I apologize if this isn't my regular content, but this is something I'm very much passionate and enjoy. You know, this has kind of been one of my hobbies for years. Just in the winters here in northern Wisconsin, it sucks. Not a lot we can do outside, so being here in my toy room and playing with this stuff is relaxing and warm. So now I'll grab the camera and I'll give you kind of a tour of what I have going here. Alright, so this is just a small room. It's like 8 by 12, I believe, and I just did a shelf layout all the way around. But we'll start over here. We come out onto, this is a 3D printed bridge that I got from a guy on eBay. Actually assembled it and painted it, and absolutely love it. It looks great. Got WC logo on there, and if you haven't figured it out, I am only Wisconsin Central. So this is a kind of a rock face cliff that I built with a lighthouse up here, a working lighthouse. So a lot of detailing needs to be done yet, but this is just kind of started, and I think it looks pretty good. And we come over here. Here is the log yard, and these are some Wisconsin Central mega log haulers that I had. A guy is custom making those, and I got him to make me a set, and they're beautiful cars. I can't tell you can't tell you how many of those I've worked on over the years and to put back on the rail. The real ones and the hobby ones here, these models. They got a little bit of work I got to figure out. They like to derail for some reason, so I got to figure that one out. The real ones, they hold the rail pretty good until you get in a bad situation. So we come over here. Here is the shop facility, and as you can see, somebody is in there welding right now. Got my two WC Russell snow plows. I do have a Jordan spreader as well. I got another Mega in the shop here. Like I said, everything is Wisconsin Central. So this one I decaled up in WC with the 10th anniversary decal. The caboose is going to get it as well, and I've got some log cars I'm going to put together with this. So this is the entire shop yard here. So this is the shop facility. This is the track that my big hook, I've got a 250-ton wrecker I painted up in WC, is going to live here. This is kind of another storage track for, I'm thinking, maintenance away equipment on flat cars. And then we've got a 3-track yard, comes right around to over here. I got a little sawmill setup I'm going to put in this corner. So this is a sawmill from Woodland Scenic, all their pre-built stuff. Beautiful, beautiful piece. So actually a lot of my structures right now are Woodland Scenic. I'm very happy with those. So from the shop yard here, we can come off through a curved turnout and continue up and tie back into the main line with the yard tracks, or come over here to the servicing track. So we have 2 tracks for engine servicing, and there is the sand tower that is at, I believe that one's in Fond du Lac, built from an old hopper car. So I modeled that years ago, and of course got a naked lady up there. She's usually standing overlooking at the train crews, you know, as they're fueling. I'll have a house back here, another one of them Woodland Scenics, pre-built. Just, they're beautiful models. And we come out. Double crossover here, one of the Walthers ones, very much like these. I have 2 of them on here. And actually, I'll come back to explain this. And this is going to be, there's going to be a river up here with a waterfall, and it's kind of a tunnel that the engines can run through, and there'll be a waterfall in front of it. So it'll look cool. I have a little cabin up here, a forest, and then a bunch of fly fishermen in the river. And then back to our another double crossover. Now, back to this. I know that everybody's going to wonder what this is. So this here is something I came up with and developed myself. And what it is I've got these carriers. They're acrylic, and they got track in them. And you just plug them in, and you can transfer your cars on and off. Because I don't have a lot of storage space, as you can tell, there. But I do have a lot of storage space in these racks. So here they are. Very simple. And like I said, you just bring it over, set it on, plug it in. Simple as that. So this is something I came up with. I got magnets sunk in, so you can use a little magnetic stop. And they hold a few cars, not a whole lot. As you can see, I've got, you know, four to five cars, depending on what they are. There's 6 tank cars and 3 coil cars, so three tanks and 3 coils. Whole bunch of Orgenis. I mean, they work really well. Been very happy with this idea. Something I came up with years ago, and just really started to go with it. So I missed one more thing when I was showing this off. Here is the Wisconsin Central Executive DC-3. And no, they never had one. But I always loved the DC-3. They were kind of the airplane that made aviation what it is. Passenger aviation and freight. So they were the beginning of everything. So I absolutely loved the DC-3s and had to have one. One more thing I want to point out here in my room here is my work surface. I have my big sawmill out there, and every piece of oak, these are all pieces of oak that we sawed, planed, and then built this countertop, this working surface. So everything was built here, and I've been very happy with how this came out. Lots of coats of clear coat on it to make it as nice as it is, but it is very nice. And yes, I'm into RC boats as well. I've got my one tugboat there. I got a PT boat. There's another big tugboat in the back I'm working on. A little tugboat over there. So lots of cool stuff. Well, Nathan, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helps you out with sales, because honest to God, this is a great product. You've got something here that I was really struggling trying to figure out how I was going to get all my speeds matched. As you all saw, those two F45s just do not run together well. So getting the speed matched on all this stuff is just critical. So if you're in the market for a speedometer, a ScaleSync, Nathan Olson, I'll put a link to his website in the video description below. Check it out. I'm not getting anything for this. You know, I just offered it out of, you know, because this is a great product. He needs the help to get this out there to everybody. This has got to get out there. It's such a great product. So again, hope you enjoyed this video, a glimpse into my hobbies. Wasn't ever going to show this, but you gotta help out a product where it's needed, and this one is definitely something everybody should have. So till next time, get out in your shop and get it done right the first time.